It's the Bearded Movie Guy Top 7 Saturdays. This week, Bearded Movie Guy looks at top 7 movies of the 90s. Holy crap, this was hard to do. Let's look at it. Brought to you by the Bearded Movie Guy. Hi, I'm the Bearded Movie Guy. Today, we're looking at the top 7 movies of the 90s. Oh, wow. This was really hard to do. I put out a request this week on Facebook for people to tell me what top 7s they want to see. And I got a bunch of requests, and this was one of them from my cousin Chris Adams. Kudos, Chris. Alright, so I'm kind of cheating. This is the top 7 movies of the 90s, but I'm going to give you the top 10. So it's the top 7 of the 90s plus the 3 that would have been top 10. Without further ado, let's get going. Number 10, Forrest Gump. Run, Forrest, run! Forrest Gump is a 1994 film directed by Robert Zemeckis, starring Tom Hanks, Gary Sinise, and Robin Wright. We all know what Forrest Gump is. It's a guy who's not the smartest guy in the world who does some amazing things just because he doesn't know not to do them. This is a great movie. It's totally fun. Tom Hanks is incredible in it. Almost didn't get made. Travolta almost was Forrest Gump. Oh, that would be a different movie. It's one of the feel-good movies of the 90s. Number 9, Saving Private Ryan. Tom Hanks hits twice in a row. Saving Private Ryan is a 1998 film directed by Steven Spielberg and starring everyone. Literally everyone. You could, name an actor, there's a chance they're in there. Nathan Fillion is in there. Everyone's in this movie. This was Spielberg's first love letter to World War II and to the people who fought in it. Tom Hanks, Spielberg together, oh, awesomeness. It preceded the Pacific and Band of Brothers, and those probably wouldn't have happened if this hadn't happened. It's an incredibly realistic look at what World War II was like, yet still has a heck of a lot of drama and intrigue and personal storylines all mixed in. Excellent, excellent movie. Although the scene with the knife near the end with the... it always gives me problems. Number 8, Tombstone. Tombstone is a 1993 film directed by George Cosmatos. It stars Kurt Russell, Sam Elliott, Michael Biehn, Bill Paxton, and Val Kilmer in the best role he's ever done. Tombstone, I think, is probably, in my opinion, the best Western ever. Tombstone is just one of those epic Westerns, and Doc Holliday is possibly one of my favorite characters in film history. I'll be your Huckleberry. Alright, so there's the 3 that would have made it if I did top 10s, but I don't do top 10s, so here's the 7 that did make it. It's kind of like cheating, but it's my YouTube channel, deal with it. Number 7, Iron Giant. Who knew that Warner Brothers would possibly make the best animated movie ever? Iron Giant is a 1999 movie directed by Brad Bird, starring Vin Diesel as the Iron Giant, Harry Connick Jr., and Jennifer Aniston. This movie is touching, it's beautiful, the animation is just perfect. It's simple, but awesome. And it has one of the most emotional, touching scenes near the end that always makes me cry a tear. When he tells Hogarth to stay, and he's gonna go, and just on to the next one. Number 6, Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction is a 1994 film directed by Quentin Tarantino, starring Travolta, Samuel Jackson, Tim Roth, Uma Thurman, Eric Stoltz, Harvey Keitel, Quentin Tarantino, and a bunch of other people. Okay, I know. Okay. Before anyone freaks out at me, number 6, 5, and 4, are like sliver hairs. Like, they're literal beard hairs away from each other. And they could all be interchanged on a lot of ways. So forgive me if you are mad that Pulp Fiction's only number 6. Pulp Fiction, though, is incredible. It was a movie that just did things that no other movie had done, that messed with your mind. This is the movie that Tarantino just went, hey world, I'm awesome. Look at me. And I have been for the last 20 years. It's brilliant, it's funny, it's insanely quotable. It's Pulp Fiction. Number 5, Fight Club. First rule of Fight Club is, I can't tell you anymore. Fight Club is a 1999 film directed by David Fincher, starring Ed Norton, Brad Pitt, and Helena Bonham Carter. This blew my mind when I saw it. I was lucky enough to be one of this few hipster people that saw it in theaters before there were hipsters. I just saw this cool looking movie that had Ed Norton and Brad Pitt in it and it made perfect sense. This bombed at the box office. Can you believe that? Critics said it was one of the worst films they've ever seen. And my buddy, the bald movie guy, actually agrees with him. He thinks it's awful. Fight Club is mind-blowing. The acting's awesome. The story's insane. David Fincher. I can't say anymore because I can't talk about Fight Club. Meatloaf! Sorry, never mind. Number 4. The Matrix. Ooh. The Matrix is a 1999 movie directed by the Wachowski siblings. That's how I'm going to say it. Starring Keanu Reeves, Lawrence Fishburne, Carrie-Anne Moss, Hugo Weaving, and Joey Pants. I walked into The Matrix in the theater not knowing anything except it was about people running around on rooftops. I couldn't tell who a bad guy was, who was a good guy. I sat back in that theater and just had my mind blown. It was gone. I didn't find it for a year and a half. I'm not kidding. This movie just is incredible on every level. I know people aren't thrilled with the sequels. I like the sequels. They're not nearly as good as this one. This one is freaking fantastic. It's a masterpiece of awesomeness. Number 3, Braveheart. Braveheart is a 1995 film directed by Mel Gibson, starring Mel Gibson and a bunch of other people. I love Braveheart. Braveheart is tied for my favorite film of all time. It's epic. It's huge. It's got guys with swords. It's Scottish. I got some Scottish heritage. It's beautiful, looks awesome, and just a really great dramatic ride. Bet you didn't know Brendan Gleeson was in there. Mad Eye from Harry Potter. Yeah, same guy. Number 2, The Usual Suspects. I am Kaiser Soze. The Usual Suspects is a 1994 movie directed by Bryan Singer, starring Kevin Spacey, Benicio del Toro, Gabriel Byrne, Stephen Baldwin, and Kevin Pollak. This movie was one of those movies that came out and no one saw it. The Usual Suspects grew through word of mouth because people were like, have you seen The Usual Suspects? I showed The Usual Suspects to a bunch of teenagers that had never seen it last year. And the last scene, this was their face. I'm not kidding. I watched them as it was happening. It's brilliant. It's smart. The acting's awesome. Kevin Spacey rocks. I love Usual Suspects. And now we come to the number 1 film of the 90s, which to me is the number 1 film of all time. Number 1, The Shawshank Redemption. Yep. If I think it's the best film of all time, it's got to be the best film of the 90s. It kind of goes hand in hand. Shawshank Redemption is brilliant. I got a review for it right there. It's a wonderful movie. It's brilliant on every level. It's from 1994, directed by Frank Darabont, starring Morgan Freeman, Tim Robbins, William Sadler, Clancy Brown, James Whitmore, and Bob Gooden. It's a masterpiece of filmmaking. So, that's it. What do you guys think? Man, was this hard to do? There were so many films I left off the list that I'm just like, oh, those are awesome movies, but this one's just like... Thanks for watching so much. Let me know what your top 7 is, or top 10, or top 1. I'll just take number 1 from the 90s. What film defines the 90s for you, or what is your favorite film of the 90s? Thanks for watching. Stay buried, everyone. I haven't watched the better movie. Got top 7. That was so hard. Right, Pulp Fiction and Fight Club and Matrix, they all fought each other. Neo won, but still, it's really close. Subscribe and tell your friends. And as always, you tombstone safely.